Valley Sports Sun and Valley Sports Florida. The heart of a fan.
The Lightning with back-to-back road games, and it starts tonight. This Lightning game is presented by Indeed. And this evening, the Tampa Bay Lightning take to the ice at the KeyBank Center against the Buffalo Sabres, live right here on Valley Sports. And good evening, everybody. Dave Randorf with you alongside Brian Engblom. So, Brian, the Lightning are 2-2-1, 5 points after 5 games. Kind of a sluggish start by their high standards, but almost could have been predicted with all the hockey they played in the last year, a lot of changes to the roster, and now Kucherov out. But one thing that has been a very big bright spot has been the play of the captain, Steven Stamkos.
Steven Stamkos is hot, and he has been since game 1. He's got 9 points on the season, 4 goals already, 2 of them on the power play. No surprise there. Face-off circle, 61%. That is a really nice number. His all-around game really is just outstanding. Played 22 minutes the other night against Colorado. That was because of overtime. That's a big number for Steven. And the big reason is he's really skating well. There's a free flow to his game there that I think we haven't seen in the last couple of years. And that's because he's had so many injuries. He doesn't look injured at all. He is feeling really good about himself out there. He can't wait to get the puck. He demands the puck when he's out there on the power play, but I'm really impressed with his overall game. He doesn't give up much in his own end, back checking really hard. Just the overall movement and flow of his game is a big factor. It inspires everybody else. Stammer's been great.
Stamkos was the first overall selection in 2008. 10 years after that, the Buffalo Sabres used the first pick to select defenseman Rasmus Dahlin, now in his 4th season.
Yeah, 4th season, he's only 21 years old. Amazing. In his first year, he had 44 points, outstanding numbers. Then 40 points, and then 23. It dropped down last year. It's been more difficult for him, even though he can make moves like this. He's a gambler a little bit in the offensive zone, but he just needs some help. He needs somebody to back him up. You don't want him sitting back and just playing a cozy game. He's way too good for that. So Dahlin, I think, is at a crossroads. He's had about 5 coaches already in his career. That hasn't helped. He's played with multiple teammates. Right now, he's got to settle his game down and have a good, solid year. They've got some experience back there on the defense that can really help them. They are still rebuilding, but Dahlin is a cornerstone for them. He needs a good year.
The Lightning have not played in this building since New Year's Eve of 2019. And that night, the Lightning were down 4-1. And this guy led a big rally with 2 goals, including the game winner. Alex Killorn and the Lightning are on Valley Sports from Buffalo tonight. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWTampaBay.com for exceptional offers. By the Florida Lottery, who reminds you to always play responsibly. And by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And welcome to Buffalo, New York, where we want to take you back to a night, a game in this building almost 13 years ago to the day. That goal right there is Steven Stamkos' first career goal, and here is career goal number 2. All part of a 3-point night in a 5-2 win on October 30th, 2008. This leads into tonight's key ingredients brought to you by Papa John's. There it is, a 3-point night for Steven Stamkos. He had no points in the first 7 games of his career, but a 3-point game, including the 2 goals. He's got 443 of them now. All got going in this building here, and he's off to a great start 13 years later as the captain and second leading scorer of this team. Opening faceoff, Lightning Sabres on Valley Sports is next. Ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWTampaBay.com for exceptional offers. Let's start by introducing you to the starting goaltenders tonight.
We've got some experience there. 36-year-old Brian Elliott, first game ever as a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's got 502 games played to his credit. And 41-year-old Craig Anderson, this is game number 4 for him. He's got a nice .933 save percentage so far.
All set to go. The referees are Francis Chiron, pictured there, along with Michael Markovich, Shandor Alfonso, and Caleb Apperson are working the lines tonight in Buffalo. And we are underway. First of back-to-back road games for the Lightning, and the Buffalo Sabres stump the puck into the Lightning zone. Kicking it back into the corner and calling for it is Kyle Okposo. Okposo being watched there by Ryan McDonough. The veteran Okposo off to a pretty nice start here. The whole Buffalo Sabres team off to a pleasant surprise start.
This is going to be a fast game, that's for sure. John Cooper knows that. He also knows they took too many penalties in that game against Colorado. They've got to do something better about that. And for Don Granato, this whole thing is a process. He's developing some young talent. He's got lots of young talent out there.
Zemgus Girgensons pulls the puck back, and jumping right onto it is Alex Killorn. Killorn over the blue line, dumps that one into the corner, and out comes 40-year-old Craig Anderson to knock it back into the corner. To the line, McDonough with a shot, and Anderson with a kick save. The rebound is skated out by the Sabres. Tapped in by Drake Caggiula. There's Brian Elliott, his first start as a member of the Lightning, as Brian just pointed out, and no doubt he was probably anxious to get one under his belt. Waited a while with Vasilevsky playing all 5 games so far. Here's Taylor Radish. Up there on his line with Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. And Boris Tkachuk, wrist shot on the way. Saved by Anderson. Rebound. Found there by Tkachuk, and he feeds the points. Moved across to Hedman. Hedman with a shot, and that one is deflected up and out of play. Here are tonight's keys to the game, presented by Ford.
The first key will be focus. Just because you're in Buffalo and you know they're rebuilding, just be careful. Buffalo has 2 more points than you do actually right now. And the need for speed, because Buffalo is young, they are fast. They will play at a high tempo. Will they make mistakes? But they're going to come at you.
Buffalo Sabres got off to a 3-0 start for the first time in 13 years. They've lost their last 2, one of those in overtime on Saturday at New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey really took it to them at the end of that game. New Jersey outshot them 29-12 over the second and third periods. It was the second of back-to-back games after a decent game against Boston, which they lost, but actually outshot and outchanced Boston. So which way is it going to go tonight?
Hard wrist shot, rebound right to Olofsson, and he scores. Elliott makes the initial stop, and it was a easy tap-in for Victor Olofsson, and it's 1-0 Buffalo.
Brian Elliott makes the initial save and then completely seemed to lose the puck. Watch his reaction here. He doesn't know where it is. He thinks he has it. It must have gone off the inside edge of his blocker, because you see how his arm is in tight? He thinks he has it. And then that's why he didn't react or didn't move. Olofsson has the entire empty net. Victor Hedman could see him coming. Everybody was fooled by that one, and boom, Buffalo is up again, and the Lightning are chasing again.
So for the 6th time this season, all 6 games, the opposition has scored first on the Lightning. Puck is lifted back inside the Buffalo blue line. Batting at it is Dahlin. Following up is Corey Perry. Comes around the opposite side. Number 4 for the Sabres is Will Butcher. On that top pairing with Dahlin. Ross Colton out in front trying to get it to Alex Barré-Boulet, who's back in a Lightning jersey after a couple of games with the Seattle Kraken. Both of those games are played on the road, so he never actually got to Seattle, never got to play there, never got to even practice there with them before he was reclaimed off waivers by the Lightning.
Yeah, what a weird couple of actually 48 hours for sure. Never even saw the facilities there. That is pretty amazing. Goes all the way, starts on the road with them, gets back to Seattle, has a day off, and then he goes on waivers.
That shot just wide. Off the stick there of Andre Schuster. Lightning trying to get one back, going to work here. Killorn down low. Puck is taken away and banked off the boards and just outside the blue line. Sent back in. Anderson watching that one, the veteran, out of his net. Banks it back into the corner for Jacob Bryson. Bryson pressured immediately, gets a little help there from Girgensons, who missed the entire season last year. Had a hamstring injury that eventually needed surgery, so he's anxious to get going and get things moving here this year for the Sabres. Good lead pass and through center ice. Here's Stamkos with a wrist shot that goes off a leg and carries into the near corner. Picked out by Point. Hedman puts it across. Ruda with a drive. Saved by Anderson again. Big rebound. And it's cleared by Buffalo.
You see how aggressive Victor Hedman continues to be every game this year. It shows you how healthy and how good he feels about his body after that knee injury last year. Victor is swooping around all over the ice. He doesn't let opposing teams out of their own end easily.
Stamkos with 9 points in 5 games already this season. Leading the way. And play is whistled down. It's going to be an icing call against the Sabres. Here is tonight's Indeed player resume.
Alex Barré-Boulet, yeah, he's got to be shaking his head just a little bit. He's glad to be back, and he said when he saw Kucherov get hurt and he realized he was on waivers, he said, I thought maybe this is my chance to go back to Tampa Bay, and yeah, here he is. They never wanted to lose him. This was a money thing. They wanted to try and slip him through waivers, but he's been too good at the American League level, and other teams knew it, but they did get him back, and they're happy about it.
3 goals in his 15 games last season with the Lightning. Did not play in the playoffs. But thrilled to be back with the champs out in front. There's a chance for Colton. And Anderson, quick with a glove, hangs on.
Ross Colton doing a good job getting into that scoring area. Just a little sparring there with Robert Haig. Craig Anderson will make this save. Anderson, 41 years old. And playing in Buffalo, 21 years in the league. Anderson has 655 games played now in the National Hockey League. That's tremendous stuff, and he was able to shut that play down. 48 games in the playoffs as well. The closest he ever got to the finals was when they lost to Pittsburgh in the conference finals in that 16-17 season.
That was the game 7, went to overtime. Yeah. They were very close. Puck is sent around the boards, and down low there is Belmar. Belmar had the puck taken away. Got past Jeff Skinner. Eric Chernak across to McDonough. Eric Chernak, who leads the team right now with shots on goal after 7 of them against the Colorado Avalanche.
Stammer's not going to let that stand, I can tell you that.
Here's McDonough with a wrist shot, saved by Anderson as he punched it down with his blocker. He's been busy. And the Lightning still buzzing inside the blue line. Chernak sends this one back in there. Dahlin, little bank play to Butcher. Here's Tkachuk again. Tkachuk against Skinner. Jeff Skinner and Steven Stamkos, 2 Markham, Ontario hockey stars. Both play their minor hockey there for the Markham Waxers. In the middle there for Girgensons. Girgensons gets the return feed from Colin Miller. Miller, who's the leading scorer right now for the Buffalo Sabres, the defenseman. Girgensons now inside the blue line, lifted that one up and in. Elliott tracks that one. Sent around for Oppozo. Kyle Oppozo tried to center that and couldn't get it through. Miller across, wrist shot blocked by Joseph up in the air and outside the line, bumped back in, but the Sabres have to clear the delayed offside. Victor Hedman, 7 assists, tied for first in the NHL. Here comes Stammer. Steven Stamkos trying to go wide, and he's finished off there by Robert Haig, who is a very physical defenseman back there. Where's number 8? Came over from the Flyers. Leads the team in hits and blocked shots.
Yeah, he's going to be a shutdown guy, and Stammer's going to remember that. Haig got a big piece of him there. Stammer got up kind of shaking his head after that hit into the end wall.
Andre Palat in traffic, tried to go into the middle of the ice for Braden Point. Andre Schuster back to retrieve it, banks it off the end boards to Sergachev. Will Butcher puts it across, back to center ice. Here is 6'7" Tage Thompson playing center ice for the Sabres. First time in his young NHL career, and he's hard to miss out there, Brian.
Yeah, he's got tremendous reach, and it's time for him to step up. Tage Thompson has been in the organization a bit. He came over in the O'Reilly trade a couple of years ago, and now he's got a chance. They've got a lot of young faces in this lineup, and they're counting on him.
Turnover, Lightning work it back to the line for McDonough. McDonough floats one back in there, and it's knocked down and moved out by Thompson. He's got a man. It's Olofsson. Olofsson curls back, looking for help. Thompson in there, didn't get a shot away. And the Lightning dodge one there, as Olofsson is a dangerous shooter. He's got the goal tonight. That was a tap in, but that guy can shoot it. Turned over to Bellemare. Bellemare up at center, can't chip it past Bryson, and it's lifted back in. Across the ice it goes, banked off the boards, and out to center. Back to get it is Hedman. Hedman puts it back up to Bellemare. Puck just got away from him, and he dumps it right back in behind the net. Tkachuk is out there waiting for the pass from Radish. Here's a free puck for Hedman, down low for Tkachuk, trying to make a move, rebound. Bellemare, the shot never got through. Blocked right in front. So the Lightning, once again, they're pushing hard, but nothing to show for it yet. Out shooting Buffalo 5-2 right now.
And that was all Victor Hedman moving in from the point and then getting a rebound chance. What a setup he had for Tkachuk.
Anderson out of his net, leaves it behind the goal. Now he bats it aside. Mark Pysyk, veteran blue liner in his second stint as a member of the Sabres. Kachula can't hold the line. Killorn with it now, and he'll lift this one in. Pysyk, check the rearview mirror. Puck pops out in front of the net. Banging away is Killorn. And the Sabres trying to get it out of there and can't. Cirelli hard along the sideboards. Andre Schuster to Cirelli on the far side. Oh, what a save by Anderson right on the doorstep against Killorn.
That was accidental, I swear, because Killorn was on his backhand. He had one chance, he had at least half the net to shovel it into, but he actually shot it right back into the pad of Anderson.
Greg Anderson, you know, both of their netminders, the backup is Dustin Tokarski, and both have played well. Anderson out to a good start. That one goes off the side of the net. Through the middle of the ice, this is Hayden. John Hayden crisscrosses, hangs onto the puck, takes the shot, and Elliott hangs on, makes the save. Little pushing and shoving at the end of that play, and now Chernak comes over the top with a right as he's engaged here along the end boards. Temperature rising a little bit as Chernak and Hayden having words. 1-0 Sabres in Buffalo on Valley Sports.
Boris Tkachuk was looking for his first goal, and he had a mighty good chance thanks to some great work by Victor Hedman. Watch Victor come in and steal the puck. Beautiful backhand pass that tracks three guys. What a poke check there by Anderson. Tkachuk was in so tight. And then watch this pass from Cirelli to Killorn. Killorn's got almost the entire net, and he backhands it right into the pad of Anderson. It's a quick play. He's just trying to sweep it. You should have seen him looking up at the ceiling after that one. You don't get many easy chances like that. Eric Chernak in the penalty box,
along with John Hayden. We got matching minors. After that little scrum session along the end boards in behind Brian Elliott, so John Cooper is going to see a little 4-on-4. What do you think of the start so far for the Lightning?
It's good. That's some good sustained action. It looked like they were going to give up a big scoring chance, but they didn't. It was good back checking by Corey Perry and McDonough to start it, and the first goal was a mistake by Brian Elliott. Thought he had the puck and he didn't, so one of those things.
Quick shot there and a save by Elliott, and over the puck is Hedman. Drops it off, and through center ice comes Alex Killorn. Killorn against Dahlin, gets it back to the line, across to Hedman now. Hedman stepping in, goes around the net, centers it out in front, and he just missed Killorn, and it goes all the way down the ice. Mikhail Sergachev now with the puck. Leaves it for Hedman, and he'll start out, giving it to Sergachev. Lightning organized inside their own blue line, and here comes Braden Point, who's got goals in back-to-back games. Takes the puck wide, cuts in, here's Point, drops it off, Stamkos gets it back to Point. Point now, winds, pulls it back, dishes off. Jan Ruda stepping up to the play. Ruda makes a little play to himself, leaves it for Stamkos. Stamkos to McDonough. McDonough with a wrist shot into traffic, looking for the deflection. Got it to go, and a save by Anderson.
What a terrific play. Great shift for Ryan McDonough. Boy, has he been active as well, too. He had a great back check earlier on in this last shift. Moving in this time. Nice little shot pass. Just didn't quite go, and then he hustled back.
Points again. Angled off by Dahlin. And a penalty call coming up here. The Lightning are about to get a power play on a penalty call drawn by Points. So with 8:53 to go in the first, the Lightning power play will go to work when we come back on Bally Sports.
Asplund, he just picked up a penalty for holding because Braden Point has got a lot of moves and he's got a lot of speed and he knows how to protect the puck. So he protected the puck. Asplund had his stick around one side, arm around the other, and you definitely cannot do that. So it's going to be 4-on-3 here for a bit. Don Granato's guys are going to have to come up with a big PK here.
4-3 for 27 seconds on this Toyota power play. First of the night for the Lightning. They went 0 for 3 against Colorado on Saturday night. They're 0 for 10 their last 3 games. They've got 3 power play goals, Brian, and all 3 have come in one game at Detroit. But they set things up here. Hedman, Stamkos shoots, and a save made by Anderson, who was ready for that one.
Yeah, they didn't mess around on that right off the faceoff. Stamper pulls the trigger.
Why not? He's hot. Robert Hagg finds the puck and banks it down the ice. Penalty killing for Buffalo's been pretty good. They're 7th overall. They've only allowed 2 power play goals so far this season. Backhand pass to Hedman. Hedman tried to center it, could not. Off the boards, Killorn. Here's Hedman now. Hedman steps in, trying to go across the seam, and a little stick there by Hayden, who is now out of the box as they go up and out of play.
Well, right off the face-off on the 4-on-3. Watch Stamkos drift off to the side, get in his office. Victor Hedman waits for him. Actually, he didn't even get all the way in. He just barely got to the front door. And he's in great scoring position there, just inside the edge of the circle. Good save by Anderson, tracked it.
1:20 to go in the power play. Another clear by the Sabres down the ice. Elliott plays it across to Hedman. 1-0 on a goal by Victor Olofsson here in the first period in Buffalo. Hedman again trying to feed a pass east-west, and that was knocked down and sent right back down the ice by the Sabres. 52 seconds to go now in this power play. Braden Point, the guy who drew the penalty. They try to give and go play. That didn't work either, and back down it goes. Hedman being chased out from behind the net by Anders Bjork. Forced back just a bit. Now Colton through center. Ross Colton barging into the forecheck. Puck comes up the boards. Chance for the Sabres to clear, and they do it again. So other than that one shot by Stamkos right off the bat, that's really been their only chance so far.
Yeah, getting the puck in the zone it's a big headache for everybody in the National Hockey League. And some nights it's tough early on, and right now it's tough.
Palat sauces it back. They have it go to Sergachev. His shot, save, rebound is pushed just wide. And Craig Anderson, I tell you what, he's come ready to play here tonight.
Well, he has since the beginning of the season. His numbers are simply outstanding. His save percentage really off the chart. Goodness knows he's got lots of experience. .933 save percentage in the games he played so far.
Team's back to 5-on-5. So the Lightning 0 for 1 with a man advantage, dumped in by Belmar. Dahlin goes into the corner. Belmar follows up. Radish trying to dig it free down there. Radish, a big body. It comes free for the Buffalo Sabres and rolls to the near boards. Here's Dylan Cousins. Cousins gets it back, and he was wide open and just overskated that puck. Cousins scored their lone goal in the loss Saturday. First round pick from Whitehorse, Yukon. Very northern Canada. Puck rolls in on Brian Elliott. Now it's picked up by Schuster. Schuster's pass up there on the tape. And banked across to Braden Point. Point cuts across the blue line, steps in, lost a hand a little bit. He's been dancing so far tonight. Right wing boards, Girgensons. Dumps that one in, goes in there against Schuster. Schuster angles him off, but they get it back to the line. Colin Miller with a shot, hit his own man, Opozo, in the slot. And the Lightning step out again. Here's Palat. Palat with a long-range shot. It was up high. Anderson tried to head that one, a la Henrik Lundqvist used to do. At the line. On to the backhand. Jan Ruda shovels it back in deep. Matthew Joseph. Again to the point. Wrist shot saved by Anderson. Rebound steered into the corner. Joseph. And Ruda just couldn't hold the line there, so he dumps it in, and Lightning go right back to work in the forecheck.
A lot of good puck movement by both teams and a lot of end-to-end action. You could hear the Buffalo bencher yelling, hold the middle, when the Lightning were in the zone.
Thompson snapped the shot that was blocked. Ends up in behind the Lightning net. Asplund can't contain it. Comes up the boards. Will Butcher steps in. Now it's Chernak. Killorn trying to chip it past his man. And back in it goes. Picked up by Ryan McDonough. McDonough stretched by Olofsson. Olofsson trying to throw it out in front. Gets a little help. Now working it out of the corner. Back to Butcher. Butcher near side for Asplund. His shot looking for a tip down low from Olofsson. And that just missed.
Chernak was all over him. Chernak did a really good job. He was on the right side of him. He blocked his stick out, so there wasn't much chance for him to get that deflection.
John Hayden now. Hayden into the middle for Ruotsalainen. Ruotsalainen's banging away there with Elliott scrambling into position. That shot goes wide. R2 Ruotsalainen, one of the new faces in this Sabres lineup. There are many of them. Here's Pesic waiting for the puck. In towards the net. That goes off a leg. The Sabres are pushing back here with some sustained pressure in the offensive zone. Barré-Boulet. Nice little play to shield the puck, and he got it away to Sergachev. Colton at center, dumps it in, and that line will change.
Some conscientious work by forwards. Corey Perry has already had two terrific plays defensively right near the doorstep of the Lightning's end of the ice. If he doesn't make them, could be two more goals, Buffalo.
With speed through the neutral zone, it's dumped in by Radish. In comes Bo Kachuk heavily along the inboards against Miller. Kachuk now onto the backhand, out in front for Hedman. His shot off a skate. Ruda swings and misses. Fan on that one. Hedman comes in to help out. And the Sabres come away. Skinner. He goes wide. Hinostroza to Cousins. His shot partially blocked. And it's cleared by Tampa Bay. Cousins to Hinostroza. Vinny Hinostroza puts it back to the point. Butcher. Skinner, his shot right on, and Elliott's got that one, and there is no rebound. 2:15 to go in the first period. Still 1-0 for Anderson and the Sabres.
Hedman's all over the ice again tonight. He's got 7 points on the season. That's tied for #1 among defensemen with Yossi and Doughty. He's never led at the end of the year, led in scoring by all defensemen, that is. He's come in second once. Brent Burns beat him out in the 16-17 season. Burns had 76 points, and Victor had 72 points. The way he's been playing this year, this is the 6th game of the season, just roaming all over the ice. He's playing like, maybe you take a run at it this year, being #1 overall. He's got the skills to do it.
Face-off pulled back by Girgensons. Here's Dahlin with a drive that is blocked, and it comes to the near boards and goes up and out of play into the seats. Lightning fans shop the official 2021 Ring Fan Collection from Jostens with unique back-to-back designs. Available now via jostens.com/lightning. You can also use one-click checkout online with Fast at TampaBaySports.com.
No, the referees allowed kind of a late line change there, so Buffalo gets the people out that they want for their matchup. Cirelli's line came out, and then there was a counteract to get Thompson's line out.
The Lightning have not scored a goal yet in the first period. The only team in the NHL to not score a first period goal.
No, it's crazy.
I got 2 minutes to try to fix that.
Or keep the record intact.
Here's Joseph. Joseph across, and another wide open net for Killorn. He's had 2 glorious chances. Another shot saved by Anderson, and they score! That time, he powers it home, and he was not to be denied a third time. And it's 1-1.
That is hilarious. 2 virtually open nets, and he can't score. Look at that's the smile. He put his hands up in the air because finally the shot from the point hit him in the feet, I think, and then he just worked it over the line. Here's the shot. McDonough just gets it through. He's fighting in the crease area. It goes off of him and probably off of Will Butcher. He goes, yeah, at least it went in. Are you kidding? He went, oh my goodness, there after that. Because prior to that, oh yeah, he had 2 great looks at empty nets. But that's what you got to do sometimes. Just keep fighting through it. Anderson thought he had it, and it just leaked underneath him.
So there it is. They will not hang on to that record, Brian. They finally get a goal in the first period.
Now some records you don't want to keep.
And that would be one of them. It's really been hard to explain with a team that's known for its offense. Opozo back the other way for the Sabres. Pass across. Girgensons with a shot. Shot blocked. Try to throw it back out in front. Ends up with Pesek. Pesek's wrister is handled easily by Brian Elliott.
Nice job by Sergachev there, going down and sliding and blocking that pass that was attempted to go to the front of the net. Sergei playing on the right side there with Victor Hedman in these dying minute or 2 of the first period. Right here, nice job. He knew there were blue jerseys in front of the net. Wasn't able to get right to the puck, so he blocked it. His defensive game just gets better and better all the time.
Colton wins that draw, pulls it back sharply. Backed up the boards to Corey Perry. Perry across the ice and then back near side for Colton. Into the final minute of now a tie game here in Buffalo. Here's McDonough with a shot and a save made. Long distance on that slapper. Anderson with no rebound to be had.
Yeah, the Lightning have had some aggressive defensemen in this first period. Ryan McDonough has certainly been one of them. He picked up an assist, I believe, on that Killorn goal because he's the one that got it through the net. But he's been really aggressive up the ice, too. Made it really difficult for Buffalo to come out of their zone because he, like Victor Hedman, maybe not quite as fast as Victor, is really good at getting back on the play. So when you have confidence in your speed to get back, you can play up and skate backwards, almost like a back checking forward.
Barré-Boulet to take this draw. And they want to redo this after Colton was waved out, and it's pulled to the boards by Cousins. Sent around for Skinner. Skinner looking for a bounce back season. Didn't even have 10 goals last season. He's got the puck right now. Skinner right up the middle, and he almost was in cold. Now he's got the puck again. What a stop by Elliott. As Jeff Skinner was wide open and a great look. He's a sniper. And Elliott with a good glove save.
Watch how Elliott makes this save. Watch how aggressive he comes out to the shooter. He has to back in here, but watch him recover. Watch him push out there. See, he's above the paint. That's what helped him make that save. That's good. He's getting the feel back now. Look, this is his first game as a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's got to have some nerves, even though he's got a lot of experience. And he wants to get some feel, too. It's his first game of the regular season on top of it.
Just 7 goals for Skinner last season. Denied on that play by Elliott. Dahlin, nice move. Bjork with a shot. That is blocked. Puck battle. Bjork and Killorn. And Killorn gets it out. 17 seconds to go. Down the ice goes Joseph. Drops it off for Cirelli. His shot. Another glove save made by Anderson, who hangs on. Stay tuned for your local Honda dealer first intermission report. Here's what's coming up. Paul Kennedy and Dave Andrechuk will interview that guy right there, Alex Barré-Boulet. They'll take you around the NHL and talk about the league's top performances that are happening, highlights and stats and analysis of this one. They're now changing the goal to Ryan McDonough, saying Killorn didn't touch it. He was right on the doorstep, as he is on that play right there. So it's going to be McDonough's goal for now. His first of the season, but they'll take it whoever gets credit for it right now. 1-1 through 20 minutes here in Buffalo. So stick around. Remember, the Honda Dealer First Intermission report with Paul Kennedy and Dave Andrechuk is coming up. 1-1, Tampa Bay Lightning and Buffalo Sabres on Valley Sports.
Valley Sports welcoming you to the Honda Intermission Report. Tonight, the Key Bank Center, downtown Buffalo, the Port of Call. A 1-1 game. Ryan McDonough answering Victor Olofsson. And we are tied. Dave Andrechuk, Paul Kennedy. Our first opportunity to visit with Alex Barré-Boulet. The prodigal forward, you might say, to the West Coast and back. Alex joins us now. How did it feel to put on that Lightning sweater, improbable as it was just a couple of weeks ago, Alex, and getting the attack here tonight?
Yeah, it was fun. As soon as I found out that Seattle put me back on waivers, I wanted to come back here. So, it felt like I never left, so it was a really good feeling to come back.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the whirlwind that you had going into Seattle. You actually never went into Seattle to see their building, but, and the emotions that you have coming back and putting the Lightning jersey back on.
Yeah, it was cool. I had a great experience there for a brief 10 days or so. So I was really happy to find out I was coming back here, coming back in an environment that I was comfortable with. So, I think the guys welcomed me really well. So I was happy to be back.
Tonight you skate with Ross Colton and Corey Perry, who obviously the veteran new to this team, with Pat Maroon being home. How do you approach this, working in particular with those two guys tonight, and for the Bolts who want to shoot the puck and be far more aggressive in that area?
It felt great so far. We had a good first, but obviously I played with Ross for like a year and a half in Syracuse, so it was the first time for me with Corey, but he's a great player, and he makes simple plays and make it a lot easier for me. Same for Ross.
Have they talked a little bit about you going on to the power play? Obviously, you've done pretty well there in your career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something I'm comfortable with. Obviously when you play in a team like Tampa, I think both units have to produce because, most of the time the first unit puts it in, but if they don't, you have to get the work done in the second unit. So I think I'm comfortable on the power play, but obviously playing with great players make it a lot easier.
It's good to have you back in the lineup. Thanks so much, Alex. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that power play is 0 for its last 11 is Tampa Bay. With this lineup, it's very atypical here. He might be good on the half wall, would he not, with Kucherov off?
I agreed. I thought they might have put him on that first unit, but, in that power play that they had in the first period, it was a 4-on-3. They did get some good looks. So, I look for the young guy to come back. Obviously there's a lot of emotions. He's gone for 10 days, and you don't really like to be put on waivers, but he's back in it, like he said, in familiar faces, and he could make a difference for this team.
The Kraken won their one game in Nashville, and he had an assist on a goal, and they picked up a point in their historic first win. Tonight, it's Ryan McDonough from Matthew Joseph, Alex Killorn. The defense has had a huge first period. We'll run some stats for you in that department just ahead. The NHL on Valley Sports is brought to you by your local Honda dealer and by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. In downtown Buffalo tonight, we know this. Victor Olofsson scored the first goal of this game. The second one has been changed to Ryan McDonough and then back to Alex Killorn, because it appears that Alex Killorn deflected that puck.
Yeah, I think there was like a little bit of a ricochet there, and it went off of Killorn. He sure celebrated like he got it, and the first goal for the Lightning in the first period.
He's had about 3 opportunities, and finally it goes in for him. Tampa Bay scores in its 6th game of the year, its very first period goal. To our Honda highlights, and here is the action. And Dave, the opposition has scored the first goal in every outing so far this year.
Yeah, this is probably one that Elliott would like back. It's Tage Thompson. He just throws it on goal, and now he's got it kind of hits him, and he's not sure where it is, and it bounces right to Victor Olofsson. That's his third of the year, and the Lightning lead 1-0. But, you know, I thought the defense were very aggressive here. That's Victor Hedman getting it to Bo Tkachuk, and then it's Bellemare. He gets another chance. You see Victor jumping in from the point. It's the poke check by Anderson on Tkachuk, and then it's Bellemare that follows up there. And then this is the one that Killorn would like to have back. It comes from the sideboards. Yeah, he ends up, you know, shooting it on goal. That's Bellemare where it ends up getting blocked. But here's the goal. It goes back to Ryan McDonagh, and I think it goes off of Anderson, and then it hits Killorn in the leg, and then it squeaks through there. Matthew Joseph also on the assist there. It just throwing pucks on the goal. They had 14 shots on goal. 10 of them were from the defense. And finally, they get a lucky one there off of Killorn, and they tie this game up at 1.
His third goal of the season, our Advent Health goal-scoring summary. Now, to your point one more time, 10 of the 14 goals have come from the defensive core, so they are up on the rush, up on the attack.
Yeah, you can see that they're aggressive. They're trying to throw pucks on net. They're not backing out. You know, they're really staying close to the blue lines, which allows them to get shots through, and they're getting them through. As we know, Eric Chernak had 2 shots in that period, and he leads all Lightning, which is kind of a surprise.
Ryan McDonagh had 4 in that period, nearly had a goal. Let's take you around the National Hockey League. A lot of young talent stepping forward and into the spotlight, and what we have seen over the last couple of nights in the NHL. Connor Ingram, the former Bolt, getting the call, playing well.
Yeah, and you think of, you know, Pekka Rinne not there, and Yossi Saros is their #1 guy, but Connor Ingram, who was in the system for a little while, he makes his debut and gets a shutout.
To the New York Islanders, and you'll see Ilya Sorokin with his first NHL. Well, he's the first NHL goaltender with shutouts consecutive nights on the road in quite a while. Yeah,
back-to-back nights, and he starts both of those games and gets 2 shutouts. Very good goaltender. You know, this is a guy that they're going to rely on down the stretch for the New York Islanders. As we know, they're a good team.
And teenagers with 4-point games. We mentioned in our pregame show, you had a goal at the age of 19. Look at the youngsters here. The big night in Gordy and Stevie Y in their tradition for one of the original 6.
Yeah, and that Lucas Raymond, high draft pick, had 3 goals. It's kind of surprising there was only 3 guys that were teenagers that had 4 points because of that franchise has been around a while.
Absolutely, since the outset of the National Hockey League. Tonight it's the Sabres and the Bolts for the first go-around, and the the French Connection skating there. Jobel Perreault, Rick Martin, the late René Robert in statues out front.
WTampaBay.com for exceptional offers. 20 minutes in the books here in Buffalo. It is 1-1 between the Lightning and the Sabres. Dave Randorf with you, back with Brian Engblom. So it is 1-1. We told you that Alex Killorn initially had the goal. Then they changed it to Ryan McDonagh. Now it's changed back to Killorn. So Ryan McDonagh will have to wait for his first goal of the season. However, he did catch your eye the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, he has an assist because he shot the puck to the net, and he did that very well. The Lightning D had 8 of the 14 shots. McDonagh had 3 of them. But look at McDonagh come back on the play. Everything's under control. He can stay up on the play because he is fast and because he moves in well, and his timing is great. That one he tried to slide that one right through would have been a beautiful assist. This one he did get through, and that's where Alex Killorn right now has the goal. Love the way McDonagh is playing, very similar to what Victor Hedman is doing. Both of them are left side D-men, both dominant guys. Both really stay up on the play defensively and can turn defense into offense. I'll tell you, the right wingers for the Buffalo Sabres are looking up and seeing 27 or 77 in their face as they're coming out of their zone. They've been surprised a couple of times. McDonagh really aggressive, skating extremely well, and a lot of offense and a lot of push offensively overall is coming from the D in general for the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tonight is the second of 3 games in 4 days for the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're at Pittsburgh tomorrow night. We will have that game for you. But business to take care of here first as we drop the puck in the second period. Thompson trying to step inside the line. He's stripped to the puck, and the puck goes to the far side boards, tapped ahead by Palat. Andre Palat lost the handle, sent back in, and there's Thompson. Thompson trying to get around Chernak. Chernak angled him very well. It comes back to the line for Dahlin. This is Asplund. His shot rises over the shoulder of Elliott. Butcher keeps it in for the Sabres. Asplund down. Sends it back around the wall. Trying to get there first was Butcher, and it's tapped past him. Olofsson tried a little give-and-go play that did not connect. And here is McDonough. McDonough with a pass right under the tape of Points. Points right side. Carries the puck in, curls back. Given a check there, bumped off of the puck and is lifted up the boards to Kajula. Racing forward is Gergensons. Hedman takes over from there and skates it back into his own zone. Banks it off the end wall to Ruda. Up inside the line, this is Radish. Radish in, shoots, rebound, and Anderson comes across and takes one away from Kachuk.
Wow, a couple of marvelous saves there by Anderson. He has been really good in this game. That should have been a goal.
That would have been the first NHL goal for Kachuk, who's been very noticeable with every passing game, isn't he?
And that's the second time he's been robbed by Anderson, once in the first.
Kachula on the forecheck for the Sabres. Puck corralled by Belmar. Belmar resets backside to Hedman. Hedman goes over the far boards, now back into the middle for Belmar. And that is offside as Radish was just a step too soon.
Well, Kachuk and Radish combining for a good scoring chance here. Radish does a nice job of controlling the puck. Then he makes this smart shot. He's not shooting to score there. He's shooting for a rebound. So he's not trying to go off the far pad, in which case the goaltender could kick it, or the far side of the net, I mean. Goaltender could kick it or bunt it off the far wall. He's shooting sort of more in the middle. See where the rebound comes out? Kachuk understood what he was going to do. Kachuk gets a second chance at it. And Anderson still makes another terrific save.
Issue down at the timer's bench. Something about the door, the visitors' penalty box. They're trying to fix that. And a member of the building operations staff has come out here to address that.
Don Granato is building a team here. He's a really good coach. And what he's trying to do right now in this game, and really it started from their Boston game 2 games ago. They played a really good game, but they got schooled by the Boston Bruins. And it was the Bergeron line, the best line, one of the best lines in the National Hockey League. He said, yeah, we got schooled a little bit. We've got young guys here. Did he want to match up against them? No, not really. Is he going to try to match up against the Braden Points and the Stamkoses and Palats and those guys in this game? No. He said, I've got to give guys a taste. I've got to let them understand what it's like, what it feels like to play against those top players. Will it cost us in some instances? Yeah, it's going to. But otherwise, how else can you do it? They just have to live through it. Now, if a game gets out of control and you're really starting to have things run away, of course, he said, I'll make some changes and I'll put a checking line against those guys. But it's an important process, especially early on in this season for Buffalo, to build the confidence of young players and learn, because that's where you learn the most. You learn the most from playing with great players and playing against great players. What do they do to you? How do they play? What does it feel like? He understands that.
You know, and Don Granato is a very good hockey man, comes from a great hockey family, and you talk to anybody and they say that's a great hire as head coach, but he is the 7th head coach they've had in 9 seasons here in Buffalo. So the fans are going, well, that all sounds great, what you just said. Well, we'd like to see some results on the ice.
Yeah, in John Cooper's travels here to Buffalo, he has coached against 6 different Buffalo Sabres coaches.
And he knows Granato well. They have cross paths in the USHL. Back in the day, there's Joseph with a sharp angle shot, handled by Anderson. They fixed the issue over the penalty box, and now the Lightning trying to make something happen here. Here's Joseph with a shot, didn't get all of that, and it's kicked aside by Anderson. Chernak, wrister on the way. Again, a save by Anderson, who's always had very good rebound control, and you're seeing that again tonight. Chernak with a drive. Anderson's got that too, and he'll hang on for the faceoff.
Dave, to be honest with you, when Buffalo brought in Craig Anderson and Tokarski, I'm thinking, okay, I kind of get it. They got a young team. You need experienced goalies because this might be a long season. But you certainly can't argue with the results. Just some terrific results. Tokarski has got a .950 save percentage, and Anderson's got a .933 save percentage coming into this hockey game. And Buffalo's playing a fast, crisp game, and they are doing it again here tonight.
And to be fair, Tokarski actually won the job in camp. He was supposed to be the third guy. They signed Aaron Dell, who's got more recent NHL experience, but he's in the AHL right now because Tokarski was good. All part of the story of a very solid start here for the Sabres. 3-1-1 entering play tonight. Tied with the Lightning here. 3 minutes into the second period. Gergensen checked hard there by Chernak.
Oh, that'll leave a mark.
He just shrugged off Gergensen, who's not a small guy. Here's Point trying to center it. Couldn't get it through. Couldn't get it past Butcher. Butcher played it well, then makes a spin move and puts the outlet pass right across to Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin almost stripped there at center ice. Up ahead now to the veteran Perry. Perry steps in. Takes it in behind the net, still with a puck on his stick as Perry, little blind backhand pass that's turned over. Skinner floats the puck in for the Sabres. Elliott comes out of the net, and Perry lobs this one all the way back down, high in the air, knocked down, and then picked up. Hopped over the stick of Barré-Boulet. Now sent back in by the Sabres.
Oh, there's that door again. Uh-oh.
Yeah, in behind the play, you're right. Jacob Bryson went right through it. He's okay. He's back in the play. They're going to have to look at that again. That's a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Penalty call coming up here. And it's going against the Sabres.
Well, we know the door opens. Let's hope it stays closed.
Buffalo,
oh, he's going in the other side.
Penalty, slashing.
Slashing call on Miller. You get up on the hands, and he gets 2 minutes.
You know what? They're going to take another look at that penalty box door on the visitor's side. So with that, we will take a break. Exactly 4 minutes gone in the second period. 1-1 Lightning power play coming up.
Tonight's another one. Game number 1,100 for Corey Perry. Unreal. That's 14th among the active players. What a record he's got against the Buffalo Sabres, too. And, of course, he wouldn't have seen them a lot over the course of his career. He's only had 18 games against Buffalo. He's got 13 goals in 18 games against the Buffalo Sabres.
Isn't that funny how some guys just have some teams for no, explainable reason. They just find success against
and
some
maybe
teams.
Because, they don't have familiarity with him. And, give him a little bit too much room, and he burns them all the time.
This door is posing a real challenge there. So the two goalies are a story tonight. Both have been good. Both have made some saves. And about 10 years ago, they were traded for one another, 1-for-1. Ryan Elliott went from the Ottawa Senators to the Colorado Avalanche, and Craig Anderson came the other way. Turned out to be a very good deal for the Sens, as Anderson went on to become their franchise leader in wins. Brian Elliott was an Ottawa draft pick in the 9th round, 291st overall, second last player taken. And there were 23 goaltenders selected before him.
Yeah. And
here he is in year number 14.
Yeah, that's right around the time both of them were really in their wheelhouse there, around 2010-12. Look at Anderson. Anderson played 71 games in the 9-10 season for Colorado. 71 games he was in.
Yeah.
And then he played 63 and 60 in Ottawa after that trade. So, and Brian Elliott, who has played on various teams as well, has over 500 games to his credit. Anderson well over 600 games to his credit. So although there's great young talent in the net around the National Hockey League, these guys are still around kicking, doing a nice job tonight.
Yeah, and you talk about Elliott being a late round draft pick. Anderson was drafted twice. Once by Calgary and then re-entered the draft and drafted again by Chicago. All right, I think we've got the door fixed. So remember, there's a power play coming up for the Lightning. They're 0 for 1 so far tonight and 0 for their last 11 attempts.
Well, hopefully they just glue it shut, which means the Lightning can't have any more penalties tonight because they can't open the door. That would suit John Cooper just fine.
Yeah, I think the Sabres would have
They've already had a game last game. They had 6 penalties. They had another game earlier in the year. They had 8 penalties. That's too many. Over the last 3 years, they've been top 3 in penalties consistently. Too many.
All right, we dropped the puck and we're back to playing hockey. Penalty kill underway for the Sabres. Puck to the corner. There's Killorn, who's got the goal for the Lightning tonight. His 3rd of the season. Not sure where the puck is. It's jammed in somebody's skates or something.
Yeah,
a lot of weirdness happening right now.
Yeah, there is. Maybe it went up somebody's pant leg.
It was in his. Was it in his skates? Couldn't really see from there, but they're going to drop the puck to the left of Anderson again. 16 seconds gone in this power play. Stamkos, their top face-off man, off to a great start in the face-off circle as well, but he lost that one. That one gets past the point. Racing after it is Girgensons. Girgensons can't get around. Hedman wide. Crowd wanted a call. Puck comes out in front of the net. And the Sabres have the puck, and Hag slaps it right back down the ice.
That was just a heck of a play by Victor Hedman, if you ask me. He had great reach, great speed, of course, to come across, and there's no way he was going to let Girgensson center that puck, because otherwise Buffalo had a big-time scoring chance.
And that is offside, as once again we're seeing entry issues with the Lightning power play.
Victor's got great reach and speed. Look at the angle he takes here. He takes one little pop at it. He's in good position. Girgensson just goes down. Victor barely even touches him. He's got some leverage on him. Girgensons, I think, thought, I'm not going anywhere. He's got me here. Maybe I can draw a penalty, but the referees were wise to it, and good on them. That's not a penalty.
Colton in the corner. Puts it around, and they'll set things up. Sent back to the line. Walking out the boards. There's Palat. Gets it back. Here's Colton with a shot. And a rising slap shot goes high, and Karam's all the way down the ice.
Ross Colton's been working on that one-timer a lot. He does have a good hard shot. Now the next thing, he's got to get his range.
Puck is dumped in. Cirelli raced up there, had it poked away, but Palat followed up. Sergachev moves it across. Colton waits for it. Down low and walking out of the corner now was Alex Barré-Boulet. Goes back and forth with Cirelli. Barré-Boulet, his pass. Knocked down and then batted aside by the Buffalo defender, Dahlin. Sergachev across to Andre Palat. Palat dumps it back. Barré-Boulet keeps it moving. Near side boards out in front. Comes to the line for Sergachev. Palat with a shot. That's blocked. Here's Colton with a drive and a save made by Anderson. Flashing the leather again.
Sometimes it's not pretty on the power play. You just have to keep some pucks alive. And the Lightning do a good job of literally just keeping this play alive. Right down to Cirelli making the diving play to Colton. And then again, another really nice save by Anderson, who wasn't fooled by anything. Anderson's down and up, and he gets the glove. But nice play by the Lightning. Around the wall, they couldn't get anything cleanly. Kept it alive, kept it alive. Cirelli, a diving play. Colton with a one-time shot and a big chance.
Anderson has made 20 saves already. We're not even at the midway point of the game yet. Radish dumps it back in. Belmar and Radish follow up, trying to get it down low. There's Bo Kachuk working against Bryson. Threw it back across, and holding the line there just barely was McDonough. And keep the pressure on. Picked up now by Miller. He takes the hit. This line's really got them hemmed now, trying to build on the momentum of the power play possession that is now over. So Tampa Bay over 2 on the night with the man advantage.
That's always a big key in second periods. When you can get a line change or 2 in the offensive zone, you are wearing out the defenders.
Joseph cuts into the high slot, was poke checked, and there's Hedman off the bench. Hedman right side, on his backhand, throws it back across the grain and missed the target and floats it all the way down the ice. Joseph at his own blue line. Picked up on the fly by Cirelli. Cirelli stops up, puts it in the middle for Joseph. He was in traffic and got the puck deep. Now Skinner turns the puck over. Here's Joseph again. Inside and just couldn't connect with Killorn.
Boy, Lighty really doing a good job on the forecheck. They've got Buffalo bewildered trying to make 2 passes consecutively coming out of their own zone.
Up to Hinostroza. Hinostroza to Skinner and in. Backing up is Sergachev. Point picks it up and then puts the outlet pass up ahead to Palat. His shot deflected there by Dahlin. Stamkos tried to go to the line. Tipped away past Schuster. Now Butcher picks it up. Butcher with a shot and he whistled a wrister just wide. Butcher is that type of defenseman who likes to go and jump up in the play, and he did that there. Palat into the forecheck, threw it back across the front of the net. McDonough to Schuster, back to Ryan McDonough. Wrist shot, missed the mark, rattled off the end boards. Near side now it's Schuster. And Dahlin just lobs this one out because the Sabres, they've been leaning up against the ropes for about 5 minutes here.
Yeah, Butcher and Dahlin playing together. Both of them are extremely aggressive. Sometimes they leave stuff defensively because of it.
Barré-Boulet trying to get there, but Anderson dives on it first, and he will hang on for another faceoff coming up to his right. Your Tampa Bay area BMW centers want to remind you to tune into Valley Sports tomorrow night as the Lightning continue their road trip with a game in the Steel City taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Coverage begins with Lightning Live pregame at 6:30. Bolts Penguins tomorrow night right here on Valley Sports. Crosby's been practicing with the team. Not sure if he's going to play tomorrow. Doesn't sound like he's going to. No Letang, no Malkin. They're an undermanned staff right now, but they're still doing what the Penguins do, and that is win. Colton shot goes up and into the netting, and we get another whistle. Faceoff will stay inside the blue line.
And speaking of players who are not available to play, Pat Maroon is not here. I want to congratulate them for welcoming a new baby girl to the family yesterday. That's terrific. Way to go, Patty.
Absolutely.
Well done for the family. So he is not here in Buffalo. That gives Barré-Boulet a chance to get in the lineup. Freshly returned, as the guys were talking about in the studio.
Quite the year for the Maroon family. A couple of Stanley Cup rings. New baby girl. Bjork try to make a move on Belmar. Nothing doing there. R2 Ruotsalainen got it back to the D. Hag works it back up the ice. Back to center. Radish was digging for it there. Here is Robert Hag. Kachuk with a cross-ice pass inside his own blue line. Sabres come up with a puck. In behind the net now, trying to make something happen is Hayden. Fourth line out there for Buffalo. Belmar. Got it to Chernak. Chernak banks it forward. Radish does the rest. And this is not going to be icing. Waved off. Hag was taking his time, and they elected to waive the icing call off. Mark Pysyk dumps it back in for the Sabres. Past the midway point of this second period. Scoreless so far in this middle frame. In a 1-1 game, Joseph battling for possession of that puck against Miller down low and behind the net. Comes free for Hedman. Back to Cirelli. Cirelli's wrist shot is wide of the net. Glove side on Anderson. Thompson. Cut off by Cirelli. Cirelli centers it across, and the backhander goes just wide. That was Killorn. Here's Ruda. Calling forward was Hedman. Joseph. High in the zone. Puts it around the boards. Just out of the reach of Killorn. Now at center. Rasmus Asplund dumps the puck in.
Buffalo can't get any offense going because they're spending so much time in their own end. They're pinned in the zone. People get tired. They're a long ways from their bench. As soon as they get it out, they change.
On the move, shot, and a save made by Anderson. on that wrister from Andre Palat, and it stays a 1-1 tie here in Buffalo on Bally.
Tonight, that's for sure. His backhand has betrayed him a couple of times. He had a mostly empty net and couldn't find the handle. This one, he had another good scoring chance, although I think that one got deflected at the last second by Bryson. But Keller's always around the net, and that's the reason why he's become a much better goal scorer over the last couple of years.
And he's the subject of tonight's player profile, brought to you by Kia.
And that's why he is moving up the charts this season. 3 goals and an assist. 198 assists, his 10th all-time in Bolt's history.
He is 2 away from tying Tyler Johnson, who had 200, and even 200, before he moved on to the Chicago Blackhawks. Braden Point dancing around, trying to make something happen. Slap shot. Karam's right to Stamkos, and in front, and that shot goes wide. Set up beautifully to Braden Point, and he fired it wide. Schuster stripped of the puck. Back to pick it up is Andre Schuster, and he shovels that one out on the backhand. Dahlin carries the puck in against Braden Point. He goes down and behind the net. Crowd still lobbying for a call here. That pass just misses the mark, trying to find Olofsson, who has the goal tonight for the Sabres.
The way things are going right now, the crowd definitely wants a power play, so they have an extra man out there so they can get some offense going. They just can't get it going. The Lightning have been all over them.
Shots are 22-9 right now. Opolzo trying to work away from Belmar, who just shoves him down to finish that play, and then they both go into a heap in the corner. Cleared again to the line, just outside of it. Picking it up is Chernak on the delayed offside. Near side, pass was in behind Radish, who races in there. They're going to call that icing. Lightning can't believe that call, but that is icing.
Yeah, race to the dot, and I guess they gave Buffalo the benefit of the doubt. Braden Point with the last scoring chance there. Beautiful setup there by Stamkos, and Braden Point just pulled it a little high wide as he was cruising right down the middle of the ice.
They've changed their mind on the icing call. They're going to drop the puck at center ice, Brian.
I think they saw that Taylor Radish certainly was the guy who had the first chance and best chance to retrieve the puck. And you have to be able to retrieve the puck if you're Buffalo in order for it to be icing.
Puck is scooped up there by Anderson. He'll hold on with 7:24 remaining in the second period. Lightning fans, don't miss our next home game when your Tampa Bay Lightning battle the Arizona Coyotes on Thursday at 7. Good seats are still available. Visit TampaBayLightning.com to purchase your seats today. Puck is sent in, walking out in front, trying to get a shot away was Perry. And the Sabres got a stick on that as it deflects up and out of play.
Corey Perry's had some looks this year. Boy, he's been robbed a couple of times, but in the last 2 or 3 games in particular, where he's had some great scoring chances right on the doorstep, which is where he lives, where he makes his money. Terrific defensive plays, last-minute poke checks. He's used to that. He grinds through all that stuff. Very even-keeled guy. Never shows much at all.
Hinostroza. Little assistance arrives from Bryson, and the young defenseman sends the puck in. Into the corner off the stick of Ruda. Now wide open again is Skinner. Nice poke check, rebound, and that slap shot from Hinostroza goes high. Dylan Cousins to Skinner. His shot saved by Elliott. Skinner's had a couple of great chances in this hockey game. Elliott with a nice stop right there. Back inside is Hinostroza. Hinostroza checked by Hedman. Puck goes into the corner, picked up by Butcher. Will Butcher dancing around high in the zone. Backhand pass. And then dropped off. Wrister is blocked. Here's Butcher again. Butcher being watched by Colton. Dylan Cousins takes the check, keeps the puck deep. First bit of sustained pressure by Buffalo, I think, in this period. It's been a while. Dahlin trying to make a move. On Hedman, still with the puck out in front. Big save, rebound. After Elliott goes down, puck stays loose. Wrister into a crowd. Goes up and over the Lightning net. As the Sabres got something cooking now. Here's Rasmus Dahlin. Dahlin with time. Tired grip of Lightning on the ice. Puck goes into the corner. Kept moving by Ruotsalainen. They've completed a line change on the fly here. And now it's turned over. Barré-Boulet just dumps it in, and the Lightning get a much-needed change.
Big save by Brian Elliott, and also Barré-Boulet did a really nice job. I think it was Dahlin taking that shot from the point. I think he got a piece of that when he went down and blocked the Lightning. Were in big trouble there for a few seconds.
That is a big stop. Would have been really against the grain of this hockey game. The way it's gone here in this second.
Yeah, that Bjork chance. He was all alone on that side. He didn't get a lot of wood on it.
Here's a turnover to Cernak. His shot. Save made by Anderson. Stamkos. Return feed to McDonough. Centering pass. Anderson's down. Puck comes free. Olofsson can't reach it. Stamkos jumps on top of that. Cirelli comes in there as well. Here's Stamkos in behind the net. Checked by Hag as things is starting to heat up here in Buffalo. Chances at either end now.
Anderson's got a force field going in that crease area. There's been 3 or 4 opportunities, and that one by Cirelli, a nice little pass right on the doorstep, and Anderson got help from his D-man because he was out of position and couldn't have made the save.
Robert Hag. Pressure just a bit, makes the play. Opozo goes rink wide, finds Thompson on the fly. Pass was just a little bit behind him off the boards, but Opozo comes in to help it out and keep it in. Thompson across, Bryson waits, shoots. That's deflected off a stick and goes deep along the end boards.
Nice play by Palat.
Stamkos banks it off the boards and down. And line changes quickly. They race back out with Buffalo in transition. Under 4 minutes to play, second period. Tie game. And the Lightning are finding out what a lot of teams have found out so far, and that is the Buffalo Sabres. They hang around. They make you work.
Let's go back to that sequence where the Buffalo Sabres did have some offensive zone time for sure. They got a line change, got some fresh guys. Victor Hedman, who's been a stud again. Watch this defensive play. Beautiful poke check, but then the follow-up by Dahlin, it leads to a scoring chance, and then there's the big save by Elliott that we were talking about on Bjork.
Good stretch pass up ahead to Taylor Radish. Radish ran out of room, but gets a little help here. Kachuk and Radish. Radish puts it back to the line, moved across to Cernak. Shoveled in there by Cirelli. Radish trying to work it against Dahlin. Now Hinostroza digs the puck free, got it to Cousins. His pass, trying to find Skinner, didn't get through.
Great read by Cernak.
Pass into the middle. Dahlin comes up with the puck. And the Sabres step out. Here's Dylan Cousins. Cousins tried to pass. Passed up on the shot. And the pass never made it.
Eric Cernak with a perfectly timed laying down on the ice. Got his stick on it. That was a 3-on-1. What a play by Cernak.
Cousins slammed his stick on the boards as he went to the bench. He's known to be a very good shooter, and he passed up on that shot. Back inside the line. Colin Miller eventually gets it across to Bryson. Bryson back to Miller. Here's Bryson. Steps out with a little pace through center ice. Jumps up in the play. Gets inside the line. Drops it off. Pass across off the boards. Hayden took it away from his teammate there. Ruotsalainen was looking to lean into one. Hedman. Pass missed the mark. He was trying to find Barré-Boulet on the exit. Jan Rutta working against Rasmus Asplund. And it's cleared up ahead. Here's Stamkos in behind everybody. Stamkos and a great defensive play by Mark Pysyk. Puck was bouncing, but Pysyk got back and took it away. Here's Stamkos again. Cuts toward the net. Puck wouldn't cooperate for him. And the Sabres clear it down the ice for an icing call.
Yeah, Stammer came off the bench and he was in behind all the D-men. Barré-Boulet with a real heads-up play hoists that one up there to Stammer, but Stammer has to wait, so he's almost dead stopped, and it gives an advantage to Pysyk because Pysyk can turn and go, has some momentum, so he's decently quick and he can get back to Stamkos just in time, who couldn't quite pull away quickly enough to get that shot away.
It's turned into a pretty good hockey game here. Lightning were dominating in this period with a lot of possession time, but Sabres have pushed back a little bit, and we get another icing call with 1:21 on the clock.
Yeah, the shots are 25-9 for the Lightning, but it's still 1-1. It's interesting. I mean, these two teams, they're guys that have been in the league for Buffalo for 1 year, who have never played against Stamkos, never played against Hedman. They don't know. There's so much unfamiliarity between the two teams with young guys involved, and it's the same thing for the Lightning. They don't know these guys either.
Point shot, deflected wide, goes into the corner for Palat. Palat saw the hit coming from Thompson. Now it's turned over. Point trying to feed the point, and it's taken away and moved out by Olofsson. You want to talk about unfamiliarity. These two teams have not faced each other since New Year's Eve of 2019. There are only 5 guys in the Buffalo roster that played in that game. Here's Points. Point puts it back. Stamkos in the high slot. Curls around, gives it up to Sergachev. Sergachev's pass got through Chernak, and now here comes Caggiula. Caggiula breaking in, scores! Drake Caggiula gives the Buffalo Sabres the lead back. 2-1 with a goal here in the final minute of a second period that Tampa Bay has largely owned.
Caggiula showed some great speed. It's a terrific read here, and the puck goes right past Chernak. He can't keep it inside the zone, so now both players have to turn and go, and Caggiula's facing up the ice. But watch him use that speed, protect the puck. Sergachev can't take a penalty. Had he reached in from that side, he would have taken a penalty. But Caggiula cut back against him and then got Brian Elliott to move from his left to his right and shot back on the glove side. Really well done by Caggiula.
Joseph back to the point, and the puck hops over the stick of Ryan McDonough. Elliott directing traffic there. They bank it down the ice. Missed opportunities for the Lightning, and now it's a 1-goal deficit again with 14.5 seconds remaining in the second period. And again, we got to point out the Lightning have trailed after 2 every game so far.
I know, it's crazy. They should be up in this game. They've had several chances. They've dominated for most of this second period, and yet, boom, the only goal that's scored is a mistake by the Lightning D. That cross-ice pass by Sergachev. It was so hot, and I think that Chernak was a little worried about how close his checker was to him. He wasn't able to field it off the end wall, and boom, the puck goes in exactly the right spot for Caggiula, and he takes advantage of it.
Announce the goal by Caggiula as time winds down here in the second period that only saw that lone goal. And it was Caggiula who took advantage. Stay tuned for your local Honda dealer second intermission report. Here's what's coming up. Paul Kennedy and Dave Anderchuk are going to talk to Alex Killorn there, who's headed down the tunnel. They will also revisit a memorable moment on this date in Lightning history, plus highlights and stats and analysis all coming up in the intermission, which is coming up right after this. Craig Anderson has been very good tonight and is a big part of the reason the Sabres lead by 1 through 40. You are watching Lightning hockey on Valley Sports.
Valley Sports welcoming you back to Buffalo, a 2-1 hockey game. The Sabres on top. Olofsson, Caggiula, Alex Killorn late in the first scored the one and only tally for Tampa Bay. He joins us now in the Key Bank Center. Alex, you have to be, as a hockey team, so frustrated. You have dominated the first 2 periods. You outshoot them there 11-3. The forecheck is working. What are you feeling like your mindset as you come off the ice through 2?
I mean, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. It seems like it's working. We're getting our opportunities. You look at the shots, you look at the scoring chances. You just got to keep going. Don't worry about, their 2 goals. It seemed like it was maybe 2 breakdowns, but we've been playing pretty good, so we just got to keep playing that way.
Probably your best forechecking game, especially your line. Matthew Joseph has been added to that line with you and Anthony Cirelli. You guys have really been on top of their Buffalo defense.
Yeah, we've been flooding the zone really good. We're not waiting. We're going to push their D back, and I think with Joe and Cirelli, they're great skaters, and they do a good job getting behind their D, so that's created a lot of offensive zone time for us.
We saw your goal, Alex. You had a couple of opportunities before this, but you get in close on Craig Anderson, and you're able to finish in that scramble. Can you take us through it? Ryan McDonough unloads in your direction.
I don't know. You guys could probably tell better than me. I haven't seen the replay. It hit me in the leg. I just got to the net. I mean, I gave Anderson, I think, 2 open net saves, so I guess I was due for that one.
Yes, you were.
Yes, you were.
Good luck. Every game, Alex, you guys have trailed going into the 3rd here, so that the mindset has to be just keep grinding on?
Yeah, I think in many of those games we've come back, so just keep doing what we're doing. I like the way we're playing, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you so much. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thanks.
Alex Killorn, career goal number 149 for him, 1 away from...
He remembers the 2 goals that he didn't score.
You mean in the yawning net?
Yeah,
that doesn't go there?
he had the open net and didn't get them, didn't cash in on them. But I know he's right. They're playing and this is a veteran team too, right? Like they understand the situation that's going on. They know they're outplaying the team. They just got to stick with it, and they're going to generate some more chances in the 3rd period here.
11-3 shots on goal in the second, 25-12 in this game. They have been leaning on them tonight, but yet are down a goal. Our highlights and more just ahead in this Atlantic Division matchup between the Lightning and the Sabres on Bally Sports. Dealy. And by CarShield. CarShield cars go farther. The Bolts going further on this back-to-back. Tonight, Buffalo. Tomorrow, Pittsburgh. Looking to avenge that 6-2 setback they suffered on opening night. We'll have that one for you right here on Bally Sports. Let's get to the highlights in this one, Dave. And as Alex was saying, a frustrating 2nd period of action. That line, Belmar, Radish, Kachuk, they've played well together.
They're close. They're really close. That was a good chance by Kachuk there. And then this is Eric Chernaz, their fencer, coming down on it. And here's a little scramble in front of the net, and what a save that was on Anthony Cirelli. As you can see, Ross Colton, he jumps on a rebound there. Probably the best save for the goaltender. Anderson in that period was on Colton. He tries to beat him to the glove side. And this is the goal for the Buffalo Sabres. Really unfortunate bounce off the boards. Drake Caggiula shows good speed here as he's got some momentum going through. You see the D are standing still, and here comes Caggiula. And Sergachev can't catch him. He goes from his backhand to his forehand, and he throws it between the legs of Elliott. His 1st of the year, former Edmonton Oiler, now Buffalo Sabre. He's on the board to make it 2-1.
Well, they won their first 3 and then lost to Boston on the front end of a back-to-back and went and picked up a point in overtime on Saturday in New Jersey. So Brian Elliott in his debut for Tampa Bay gives up a goal early to Olofsson at 1:41, and this one late. This one just negates all the advantage Tampa Bay had in terms of momentum, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, they have come back in games, there's no doubt. And I think that when you look at the way, even what Alex Killorn said, they have confidence. They're playing well in this game. You can't worry about, trying to press the issue. Just keep doing what you're doing. They're going to get some more chances.
Historic date here for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Of course, the great Vincent LeCavalier, his number retired in Amalie Arena. On this night, 1988, Dave, his first career goal.
Yep, in the Ice Palace at the time. That's what it was called. It's Andy McCarthy throwing it to Vinny LeCavalier in front, wearing that first number that he wore his first year, number 8. Obviously switched to 4, as we all know. Vinny is off and running after that. Good for him. A tremendous career for Vinny LeCavalier.
383 career goals. Steven Stamkos in this same arena in Buffalo scored the first 2 goals of his career, 3-point night against Ryan Miller and a Bolt win back a decade later in 2008. And now with 1 more point than LeCavalier, you would like to see him get a couple of goals here in the 3rd and have the Bolts rally. Dave and Brian standing by with our fateful third. Olofsson and Kajulia for the Sabres. Alex Killorn is third of the season for the Lightning.
To you by Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. By Mid-Florida, Florida's community credit union. And by Hyundai. Get the Hyundai you've always wanted. It's your journey. Own it. Through 40 minutes here in Buffalo, New York, and the Lightning trail by 1-2-1. The Sabres with the lead. Dave Randorf back with you along with Brian Engblom. And anybody watching this game, I think, would have to agree it's hard to poke holes in what the Lightning are doing, despite the fact that they are trailing again after 2 periods. That's the frustrating part. But they are playing well.
Yeah, it's crazy. I agree with Alex Killorn. I mean, you don't really want to change anything. They made a couple of mistakes, and it went in the back of the net. That's hockey. That's the way it goes. They're out shooting them 2-1. They absolutely dominated them for several shifts in a row and minutes on end, especially in that second period. The good news is the Lightning get better and better this year as the periods go on. First period, not so much. They got their first goal in a first period for the first time this year, so that's a good thing. The record that's eliminated. Look at the third period. 9 goals. So they've come from behind on several occasions already. The wildest one definitely was that game in between.
Yeah, those 9 third period goals, by the way, tied for second most in the third period in the NHL. Lightning Hockey is presented by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWTampaBay.com for exceptional offers.
Kind of felt bad for Chernak and Sergachev on that goal. They got caught on each other's side, opposite sides, and Chernak had the cross-ice pass sort of handcuff him, and it went off the wall. And good on Kajula for taking advantage of it. So he's had a whale of a game. Chernak again has just been so solid this game, so predictable, so good, does so many good things defensively. And that one was just a bad bounce off the wall, and they got caught standing. Now they're down 2-1.
And here we go. Third period is underway. There is Chernak jumping on that puck off the draw and sending it into the Buffalo Sabres zone. Opozo with a pass into the middle off the stick of Kajula, picked up on the far side by Girgensons.
That's the second time that Chernak has wasted Girgensons along the wall.
Kajula's been put on this line because Cody Eakin is out with an undisclosed injury. He's a veteran who's gelled well with Opozo and Girgensons. Well, he's unavailable right now.
Yeah, and one of the things Buffalo wanted to improve on after the last 2 games was face-offs, and they really have. They got smoked in 2 straight games. They were less than 40% against Boston and New Jersey. They're over 60 tonight, and Girgensons is 10 for 11 in the face-off circle.
Belmar with a pass. Here's Radish cutting into the net. Gets the shot away. Saved by Anderson on a great power move. Then a tip in front by Radish. And now back the other way comes Olofsson. Olofsson's shot is right on. And Elliott got that. Pushed a rebound into the corner. What a play there by Radish. He is developing more and more confidence as these games go by, both he and Tkachuk.
And that fits his style. He's a power forward kind of guy. Classic straight lines.
Asplund almost stepped around. Tkachuk got a stick on him. Took that away. Pesic puts it across. Robert Haig with a shot and a save made by Elliott, who decides to hang on to that puck. We're going to have a face-off coming up to his left.
Yeah, Taylor Radish, take the puck wide, use that size, use your speed, protect the puck, and he does a heck of a job at it here. From the blue line in, finds a little bit of a seam. Look at him protect the puck, put it in between the stick and the body of Bryson, and then get the shot away. He's got great hands. When he shoots the puck, if he gets any time and clear space, the puck just jumps off his blade.
He had a 109-point season in his last year, just down the road here in junior, playing for the Erie Otters. He has scored in the American League the last 3 seasons. And John Cooper said he's ready for the NHL, and he's getting better as the games go by.
Yeah, when he gets that snapshot going, it's like Steven Stamkos. You just hear a click, and it just flies off his stick.
Cousins gets the puck back, trying to get it through. Could not. Skinner fans on that one. He's angled off into the corner and has the puck stripped by McDonough. Barré-Boulet racing after that puck. And it's swept in for Mark Pysyk. Hinostroza settles it down. Pysyk puts it right back onto the backhand tape there of Hinostroza. He'll dump it in. Elliott out of his net, kicks that one back into the corner. Ruda, Joseph, Hedman, and now Alex Killorn. Killorn, who's got the lone goal tonight for the Lightning back in the first period. Told Paul Kennedy and Dave Andrechuk in the intermission to just keep doing what we're doing, and good things will happen. This one rolls in on Elliott, and Joseph had to hurry. His forecheck arrived quickly in behind him. He heard footsteps from Bjork. Hedman finds the puck. Hayden forces Hedman to turn back. Hayden's running around a bit there. Applied a good heavy hit on Jan Ruda. Winding it up is Miller. Miller with a pass up ahead to Opozo. He's stripped to the puck and they step inside the line. Belmar dumps it in. Down low, there's Kachuk and Radish again. Off the boards and out for the Sabres. Knocked down by Belmar. Quick hands, and he turns it back up quickly. Winds and fires. Big save by Anderson. And again, he knows exactly, it seems, where all of his rebounds are going, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Anderson was extremely sharp in this game. Nice play by Belmar. Eye-hand coordination, knocks the puck out of the air, and Buffalo was in trouble for a few seconds. They had three guys going up the ice thinking they're on a rush. Belmar going the other way.
In the corners, Ross Colton tried to feed the point, could not. Asplund races back the other way. Gives it up to Thompson. Thompson in front, and he can't connect with Asplund. Bouncing puck. Eventually reaches Corey Perry.
The Lightning forwards have really been good on the back check. Barré-Boulet did a heck of a job on that back check there, breaking that play up.
Inside the line for Pysyk again. Mark Pysyk try to enter the zone, and here's a chance now, and a shot by Hinostroza. He scores. What a shot that was. Top corner and in, and it is 3-1 Buffalo.
This is a terrific wrist shot, a partial line change for the Lightning, so there's a little bit of room in the middle of the ice. You get some fresh bodies out there. Buffalo's got fresh bodies, including Hinostroza, and Elliott seemed to be guessing a little on that. He is sliding sideways, and he slides himself right out of the picture. He has his glove up, but his momentum has carried him from the left to the right, and it's a good shot, but that's a stoppable shot for Elliott.
Vinny Hinostroza makes it a 2-goal lead for the Sabres. And the hole gets deeper. Here's a chance out in front, and right there was Cirelli. Puck bounced on him. Joseph takes it out. McDonough with a drive into traffic. Never reached the net. Killorn goes into the corner there against Dahlin. Cirelli trying to work that puck free. Hinostroza came in to help out. And Dahlin puts it to center, right onto the stick there of McDonough. McDonough trying to take that puck wide. Here's Cirelli now. Cirelli across. That one-time feed from McDonough never reached the front of the goal. Now it's McDonough again. At the point, onto the backhand. Can't chip it past Skinner. Dylan Cousins dumps it in. I'll tell you what, people wonder how the Sabres doing it. Just look at their last 2 goal scorers. 2 guys that played for, 2 different teams last season. Here comes another shot from Ruotsalainen. Kajulo's on his 4th team in the last 3 years. And Hinostroza was with 2 teams last year, Chicago and Florida. They picked up a bunch of guys, and right now they believe in what Don Granato is preaching.
And Don Granato's the right guy for them, for sure. He said some guys are squeezing the stick and making too many plays to just shoot the puck. And he said if you call too much attention to it, sometimes it just gets worse and worse. So he's backed off on that, and his team is shooting pucks with confidence. They're not getting a lot of looks because the Lightning have had the puck so much in this game. But when they've had their chances, I mean, look at the score.
Pysyk and Hag. You were going to see this pairing the majority of that third period. That's their best shutdown pairing. Long-range wrist shot goes wide of the far post. Schuster up the boards. Perry makes one little move and then snaps the puck in. Anderson, a big part of the narrative tonight, stops it in behind his net. Robert Hag is down low. Out of the near corner comes Pesic. Perry trying to step in there. Here's Perry, and he couldn't get a shot away. Another sharp angle drive stopped by Anderson. Ross Colton banks one back down low. Barré-Boulet to Corey Perry, back into this corner for Colton. McDonough. Lightning moving it around the edge again. Here's Colton in towards the net. Saved by Anderson. Never even saw it. And the rebound just trickles past the post. McDonough again to Schuster. Wrister hits Perry in front and goes into the corner.
That one had a chance to go in, I think. That was going top shelf. Corey Perry living on the edge of the paint again. Had a good-looking scoring chance. That line with the two kids out there, with Colton and Barré-Boulet, along with Corey Perry, really nice job of using the back of the net. And those two guys are learning patience with the puck in the offensive zone. That's what you get when you play with Corey Perry. It rubs off.
Chernak steps up on his man and almost put Olsen right into the Lightning bench. Butcher for the Sabres, drops it off for Olofsson. Olofsson, second attempt, just gets it inside the line, works across now to Hedman. Hedman long stretch pass far side for Palat. Palat towards the net, tipped by Stamkos, and wide. Stamkos pokes it up ahead of him. Butcher takes over. Boy, think of the missed opportunities for the Lightning. Despite all the shots on net, they've had a couple of open net looks. Stamkos, a partial breakaway in the second period. Here comes Joseph back the other way. Matthew Joseph ran out of room. Bryson closed the gap on him. It's worked across to Sergachev. His shot hits a body in front. Blocked by the Sabres. Knocked down by Killorn again. Pushed back inside the line and then skated out by Bryson. Elliott around the boards. Bjork gets it away to Hayden. Bjork keeps it deep. The former Boston Bruin pokes at that puck, and now it's taken out of the pile there by Sergachev. Long pass down the ice. Killorn's up in the play against Pesic. Back against the grain, trying to find the late man, and they just miss connecting with Barré-Boulet.
It's amazing how much they've generated, how much they've had the puck. But like so many other games so far in this season, except for maybe the Detroit game, they just can't score the way they normally do.
Here comes Hinostroza, who just scored the third goal for the Sabres tonight. Rolls win in on Elliott, and with Cousins closing in, Elliott will hang on. Couple of goals here for the Sabres, the latest by Hinostroza, 3-1. Or 3-1, Buffalo over Tampa Bay, and the look on the face of Brian Elliott kind of says it all behind that mask. He's a little frustrated with the way this night has gone. 3 goals against on 16 shots.
Well, you brought up a good point while we were in commercial break. It's been a couple of weeks since he's had a game, and this is his first game ever as a Tampa Bay Lightning. There are a couple of the goals there he'd like to have back. The first one he thought he had. Big rebound came out, so that was definitely a mistake. And even that last goal, I think he just kind of lost his net a little bit, so he's definitely not in the rhythm that he wants to get into yet.
Redirect right in front, and he kicked that one aside. Penalty call coming up against the Lightning. Here's Cousins now, turning the corner, trying to cut inside. He's decked there by Stamkos. And the Buffalo Sabres are about to get a power play.
Might be 4 minutes. We'll see. Cousins was rubbing his face to see if he was bleeding. Contact in front of the net. Guys crisscrossing.
Commits cross-checking.
Right in front of the net. And Cousins comes back over to the referee. Oh, there's the cross check. That was by Chernak, and he knocked him down. And Cousins, it might be 4 minutes. It might be 4 minutes here. Or there's the shoulder right there. So the referees are conferring, and plus he's bleeding from the nose. So that's why the referees are over at the bench. They got Chernak for the cross check. Cousins stood up, and then he got whacked by Stamkos. And he made a point of going back to showing the referee after the fact, and he plainly is bleeding.
Well, they've talked it over, and Chernak remains the only penalized player in the box. And it is 2 minutes for the cross-check. So a big kill required here. First power play of the night for the Buffalo Sabres. Penalty killing has been good this season for the Lightning, and they need one now. Down a couple of goals at the midway point of this third period. Dahlin winds it up and then banks it back for Tage Thompson. Sabres through center. Asplund chases that one into the corner, tries to put it back to Olofsson. That puck is found by Belmar and lifted down. There's Matthew Joseph, who's been applying great PK pressure all season. Skinner checked right in front of the Lightning bench. Puck is picked up by Thompson. Thompson into the middle for Skinner. That pass was in his skates. Dahlin ran into his own man as they get set up and organized inside the blue line. Here's Dahlin towards the net, up high there on Elliott. Rebound into the corner. Olofsson to the line for Skinner. Back into the corner. This is Olofsson. He goes back and forth with Asplund. Dahlin with a shot, kick, save, rebound. Olofsson goes across, and good stick there to disrupt that pass. That was Belmar who got his stick on that.
Yes, it was. That was excellent positioning there and not getting fooled and running out of position. Great stick there in the cross-ice.
Over a minute gone in the power play. Rebound in front, clear to the line. Dahlin now. Olofsson with a shot, one-timer, and he just missed top shelf. That is the spot that he loves.
Everybody wants to be there. They're the lefty on the right wing side, or like Stammer, the righty on the left wing side, top of the circle. You get some room, and the pass is in the wheelhouse. You can bomb it.
Cleared up the boards and then pushed up to Tkachuk. Boris Tkachuk, shot high over the glove of Anderson. Puck's in the corner. Chernak's on his feet as he steps out of the box now, so the Lightning kill it off. And it stays 3-1 with 8 minutes remaining in regulation. Miller puts it up ahead to Gajula. Into the middle now, Arttu Ruotsalainen. Ruotsalainen looks back at the point there. Pesek races to keep it in. His shot almost surprised Elliott in the last second, but he's got it. He'll hang on, and we will step aside. 7:43 to go in the third period. Tonight's Road Ahead brought to you by Toyota.
Lightning will go right to the airport after this game. Next up is at Pittsburgh tomorrow night. Back-to-back. Then home to Arizona in the Washington Capitals, who they've seen already. So Pittsburgh they've seen, and Washington they've seen. Arizona seems like 100 years ago since they played against them.
Yeah. A look at the Lightning bench as the puck is set to be dropped inside their blue line. So the Lightning scored 7 goals in a game in Detroit, a wild one. They won in overtime. That was their second game. In the other 4 games combined, they've scored 8 goals. So the offense is just not coming the way we've become accustomed to seeing from this team. For whatever reason, Chernak with a drive, and once again, Anderson has got it, and no rebound. Lightning fans shop the official 2021 Ring fan collection from Jostens with unique back-to-back designs, available now via jostens.com/lightning. You can also use one-click checkout online with Fast at TampaBaySports.com.
Anderson's been a big reason why the Lightning can't score in this game.
No doubt about that. 40 years of age in his 19th season. Eric Chernak lifts this one up to center ice. Waiting for it to land was Barré-Boulet, taken away by Girgensons. And sent right back down. Buffalo not doing anything too fancy here. Bagging it off the boards, getting it out. Keeping the game at arm's length as best they can. Barré-Boulet lost possession of the puck, taken away by Opozo. Opozo goes for the skate all the way around the net into the front, and it got right through Olofsson and back out to center.
Olofsson really has a knack for getting open. You can tell he's a goal scorer. He does have great hands. He's been in the just miss category 4 or 5 times in this game here. Lightning got to keep an eye on 71.
There he was right there. Puck rolled away from him, and here comes the other number 71, Cirelli. Trying to feed it up ahead to Point. Palat goes heavily along the end boards against his man Bryson. Point trying to feed Hedman. Second attempt gets there. It's moved across. Ruda winds, fires on a shot, goes just wide and down the ice.
That was just by a hair, too. Ruda's frustrated as he goes to his bench. He had his head up all the way and just missed it by a blonde hair on the outside.
Off the board, that's Perry dancing around. Doesn't make a play off the end boards. It's worked to the line. Chernak. Eric Chernak out in front, and Craig Anderson, as he's been all night, alert, sharp, covers up. And we'll take another break from Buffalo on Valley Sports. Tonight's Diamond Performance presented by Ackerman Jewelers.
And it is Craig Anderson in his 656th game in the National Hockey League. He looks like it's day one for him. Boy, he has been everywhere. He's made some great saves. He's been fortunate. When you're playing well, you get good luck. There were a couple of virtually open net chances for Alex Killorn in particular. Could have scored on either or both. But when you're in the zone, good things are happening. And there's a look at Brian Elliott, who hasn't had the same kind of luck in this game, and he's out of the net for the extra attack.
With 5:41 on the clock as they drop the puck, this one's sent down and into the empty net. Right in the middle of it.
Well, when you lose the draw right away, Robert Haig, who just went back to the back corner and hoisted it. He knew what he had to do. There's the win. The puck is not even flat, so he doesn't, but he gets it right on the blade and right in the center of the net. That relieves an awful lot of pressure for the defensive-minded Robert Haig and the Buffalo Sabres.
Haig, who came over from the Flyers in the Rasmus Ristolainen trade, may have just salted this one away. 4-1, 5.5 to go.
Well, Coop certainly hasn't been shy about pulling the goaltender. We've seen it now in, 4 games. In the Pittsburgh game, first one of the year, pulled the goalie with over 6 minutes to go because, I mean, the team just was flat and wasn't going very well at all. And, of course, was down on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's going to do it again. He's whistling right now to get LA to come back over to the bench. Waiting to get possession. Hedman's got the puck at center. Steps over the red line, dumps it in, and there goes Elliott. So they're going to go for the extra attacker again, and why not? Puck goes up and out of play.
Yeah, Lightning are saying that should be puck over glass, and it should be a penalty. But look, the way the officials are reacting, it looks like it was deflection. Cirelli's still arguing it, not too vociferously, but. Let's take a look here. Was it deflected? Yeah, looks like it might have been, off a stick.
And they clear it anyway off the draw, sent back down. This one's going to miss the net. And an icing call against the Sabres. 5:07 on the clock.
Oh, and Don Granato is hot. He did not want an icing call on that one. He is losing it behind the bench there, and it should have been waved off. Now they're going to argue that it's a bad call, and we'll see if the faceoff gets moved to center ice. We've seen one call reversed in that department already in this game. It barely went over the line, and they called it icing. Don Granato just about jumped on the ice afterwards. Nope, it's going to stay in the zone.
And Cirelli will take the draw against Girgensons. Pulls it back, Lightning get possession, and the pass gets right through Hedman. Out comes Hedman, banks it back. Braden Point goes back for it. Near side pass, off the mark with Killorn, and back down it goes, and another icing call.
Boy, there are just gremlins everywhere, though. The Lightning win a faceoff. Stamkos passes it back to Hedman at the point and puts it right between his feet. Just handcuffs him completely, and it goes all the way down the ice.
So they'll do this one more time. Cirelli now to take the draw against Thompson. Both players go down. Lightning come away with the puck. Hedman moves it across. Shot on the way, hits a body in front, and Point picks up his own rebound. Stamkos sets things up near boards, down low, and that pass off of Corey Perry's stick.
Wow.
And out of play.
I'm telling you, it's incredible. I mean, the puck is just not cooperating with the Lightning now. Everything they do gets botched up and chopped up. When the Sabres get a chance, it goes in.
Out comes Girgensons now to again square off against Cirelli. One more time, they get possession of the puck. Moved across to Braden Point. Point into the middle for the one-timer for Stamkos. Got through him. And the puck comes back out to center.
Yeah, it was a real tough one to one-time. Stammer almost pulled it off.
Loose puck for Killorn. Charges in there. One hand on the stick. Looks around for options. Goes back to the line for Point. On top, Hedman. Stamkos out of the corner, back to Victor Hedman. Hedman to Stamkos, one time, saved by Anderson. Fought that one off, almost got a handcuffed him there. Under 4 minutes remaining in regulation. Big hill to climb here. Hedman, Stamkos, one time, save Anderson, rebound, sent down. And another icing call.
Well, Stammer's had 3 big-time one-timers in this game. The first one was dead center in the middle of the net. These last 2 have been on the corners. There's the chance that he just couldn't get a handle on because it was off the front foot. Not this one. He gets a lot on that one, but Anderson's way ahead of it. The next one, Anderson's there too.
McDonough walks the line. His pass just off the mark, trying to find a Palat. Ross Colton giving a bump from behind there, sent back in by Matthew Joseph. Near point, it's Ryan McDonough. McDonough tees it off. There's a hard slap shot and whistles high and wide from Sergachev. Another drive saved by Anderson. Punched that one right back out into play. Palat. McDonough, his drive blocked. Sergachev, McDonough, Sergachev, his slap shot redirected, hits the side of the net. Anderson upended, he's down in his belly behind the net.
Anderson wanted a whistle badly because Girgensons did not have a stick. He had given it to Dahlin. Dahlin's stick was broken on a shot block, so they only had like 4.5 guys out there really. So Anderson was doing all he could to try and get a freeze of the puck, and that's what caused the commotion in behind the net, because he has some contact from him. Dahlin and Colton have a collision on the edge of the crease, and Colton gets knocked into Anderson, and then Girgensons comes back into Colton's face, and that's when the trouble started.
Exactly 3 minutes remain on the clock. And unless the Lightning are really able to pull a rabbit out of a hat here, they're going to roll into Pittsburgh tomorrow night. To get a win here in this quick 2-game road trip. As there are no easy ones right now for John Cooper and company.
Nope.
Trying to find their way in the early stages of this season. But there's still 3 minutes on the clock. And they have the puck again. Here's Killorn. Killorn, his pass back to Hedman, got away, and they'll have to reset. Point being chased back by Asplund. Hedman up ahead. Stamkos does the rest, sending it in. Out to the middle of the ice. Buffalo finds that one. Here's Asplund with a chance. Puts it across to open ice. Olofsson, empty net goal, and that is definitely going to do it. (5-1) for the Buffalo Sabres.
A couple of goals for Olofsson, and this one was an empty netter, just like his first one was. Off a big rebound off of Brian Elliott, and Elliott didn't know where the puck was. He shot it in the empty net. Asplund does a nice job here. Olofsson comes from behind, and there's lots of time and room, and all he has to do is hit the empty net for the second time in this game. Some nights you're just golden and you get chances like that. This is Olofsson's night.
Well, you can see the trouble you get into when you're chasing the game all the time. And even though they've been playing well, and they were playing well through 40 minutes, despite being down a goal, when you keep on chasing the game, it gets hard to catch up.
And you can see where this will be a huge confidence booster for the young team, the Buffalo Sabres, scoring goals like this against a team that is expected to be a Stanley Cup contender again, and certainly is in the Tampa Bay Lightning. So,
well, this is a divisional game. I mean, let's not forget that. And they are now 4 points ahead of the Tampa Bay Lightning. You could say it's early, but I'm not a believer in the whole it's early thing. Points now in October mean the same as they do in March and April.
There's no doubt about that. They do have to get some timely goal scoring and stop playing from behind. That's the first order of business. They've cut back on the number of penalties in this game. That was another priority for this game in particular. But they haven't been able to score, and the timely goals, and I think, again, a couple of goals that Brian Elliott would like to have back, and that was really the difference in the game.
Picked up by Bryson in the corner. He's pressured just a little bit. In goes Joseph. Just under 2 minutes remaining here. Regular season series between these two teams has been dominated by Tampa Bay last several years. They have just 4 losses in regulation in their last 29 meetings. Well, this one's going to go the way of the Buffalo Sabres. Sergachev steps out with the puck, and he goes wide. In with some pace was Radish and Kachuk. Kachuk taking heavily and kind of awkwardly to the boards there, pops right back up. Skinner onto the backhand, shovels it down. Jan Runenau with 1 minute remaining in regulation. Belmar, Kachuk, Belmar missed on the one-time attempt.
Are you kidding me? What a great play and no finish.
McDonough sends it back around. Into the corner it goes. Belmar's up there along with Radish. Nobody home out in front for the centering pass. Well, as you've seen on our television coverage tonight, there's a lot of empty seats. But the fans who have shown up here are on their feet now. This team promises they're going to work hard every night. They may not have the most talent. You may need to buy a program some nights to figure out who's out there, but they're going to work. And right now, they are going to leave with a convincing victory on the score sheet over the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champs. As we hit the horn in Buffalo, it's over. 5-1. Craig Anderson, stellar tonight, and the Sabres win it. Going away in the third period. That backbreaker goal by Hinostroza. They had a couple of empty netters, and they will enjoy this one in Buffalo tonight. The Lightning pack the bags, get on the plane, and head to Pittsburgh to try to regroup against the Penguins. On behalf of Brian Engvall, this is Dave Brandon saying thanks for watching. Make sure you stick around for Lightning Live postgame with Paul Kennedy and Dave Andrechuk coming up right here on Valley Sports.